China's suspected in a massive government data breach, the NSA doesn't need warrants to spy on hackers, and Edward Snowden celebrates 2 years being whistleblower. All that coming up now on ThreatWire. I'm Darren Kitchen, and this is ThreatWire for Friday, June 5th, 2015, your summary of the threats to our security, privacy, and internet freedom. And with that, let's get started because, in what is being described as the biggest government data breach ever, US officials are now pointing the finger at China. The hack that impacted the personnel records of some 4 million people are currently under investigation by the FBI, and while the agency hasn't made any official accusation, comments from officials and, well, definitely the headlines are pointing fingers at China. An FBI spokesman said the agency, quote, will continue to investigate and hold accountable those who pose a threat in cyberspace. Meanwhile, the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman said, quote, China itself is a victim of cyber attacks. More Snowden leaks, and with the latest memos, we learned that the NSA was secretly authorized to monitor domestic internet activity for signs of foreign hackers. And in one of the leaked documents, it's actually said that the NSA monitors various choke points, there's a lot of references to PRISM, and that the data is then shared with the FBI at Quantico. And while originally the investigation was to focus on hacking attempts from foreign governments, there's a 2012 memo that describes the NSA as having requested the right to monitor anyone being described as a hacker. I don't know about you, but I'm sure as hell on that list, and so too are many of people who may write code or identify themselves with the hacker culture. And the NSA made a public statement last year confirming that it does in fact have Section 702 approval from the FISA courts to investigate, quote, cybersecurity targets. Well, it's actually pretty unknown what exactly the NSA defines as a hacker. How do you define a hacker? Now, before I go, I do want to point out that there is an epic piece in the New York Times written by none other than Edward Snowden on his 2-year anniversary of becoming a whistleblower. It's way more than I can even begin to paraphrase here, but suffice it to say, it says that the world is a much better place today, having acknowledged the surveillance state that we've secretly fostered in a post-9/11 world. And how much good has actually come of that? What do you guys think? Has a lot of good come from this? There are links in the description below, and there will also be a discussion on the matter on this week's Daily Tech News Show with Tom Merritt. I'll link to that as well if that tickles your technolust. Now, with that, I want to give a huge thanks to all of our supporters who have helped relaunch the show. And if you can spare a few cents an episode to keep this going, you can contribute over at patreon.com/threatwire, and we may even be able to feature your adorable pets. Shannon Morris, Patrick Norton, and myself will be back next week as we attempt to reach our next milestone goal. So I hope you'll continue to contribute and keep ThreatWire completely independent and ad-free. With that, thank you again for your likes and subscribes, and I'll see you on the internet.